So then, are you an industry plant? Like, do you work for ExxonMobil?
Go watch that video. She has a lot, and I mean a lot of great points, and everybody should see that video. But what I wanted to touch on is she gets into talking about how these companies talk about how cleaning up the waste is a personal issue that every person is responsible for. And she goes on to describe that no, you buying one of those metal straws is not going to help the environment as much, and the impact isn't going to be that high. She's absolutely right. Let me explain to you what companies have done and the impact of people wanting to do good has done. It has just created a new industry that sells phrases to people and false promises. For example, it wasn't until the green movement came through thinking they were doing something good when they really weren't that organic became a thing. Organic was everywhere. Organic was a thing. And now it's shown that organic really doesn't have the same backing as a lot of people think it does. Organic does not hold the amount of weight that you think it does, and you're actually not helping the environment by just buying organic. Everything that is designed, and I mean everything that is designed to be green and better for the environment, is actually not that great, and you're actually doing more harm. So, for example, let's take these shirts made out of recycled plastic bottles. They market it as a safe alternative product that uses something like 5-6 plastic bottles to make a shirt. And if you wear that, it doesn't smell because it's made of plastic. Let's look into the problems with that. One, if it's made of plastic, even a blend, it's going to run hotter. And as we get warmer in these summers, that shirt's not going to be that great. It's going to be awful. Second, as we've seen with other products made from recycled plastics, purported to be recycled plastics, like those reusable bags, they take a bit to break down, and when they break, there's no repairing them. So they just end up in the landfill anyway, and the energy used to produce those recyclable components is so high, it negates the use of it. For example, one of those reusable bags, I did a video on this a while back. I think I did a video on it back. One of those bags takes like 1,000 and something uses to just equal out. That means you'd have to hope that in the 1,000 uses that you're going to use going to the grocery store and elsewhere, that one bag doesn't break, or else you have a net negative, and it costs more in terms of resources and pollution to make that bag than it saved anything. No, this is very much an issue that the corporations are responsible for. Plastic isn't going to go away until oil runs out. And yes, it's a limited resource, and we are running out. We still have a lot to go, which means there's a lot more damage to be done. So if you want to stop the plastic problem, you have to start outlawing new plastics being made. That's how it's going to get solved, because we have to stop the production of plastic. Each day, thousands, I think, or not thousands, millions of plastic bottles are produced each day. New, virgin made. Not recycled, not repurposed, brand new. Because again, as I've talked about, and you can look into this, the production of plastic is a way for the oil company to make money off of an otherwise wasteful product they weren't making money from. And they tried back in the 1970s and 80s to make us feel guilty for this, and that's where recycling caught on. There's plenty of documentaries showing where the recycle logo came from. That recycle logo that you see with the numbers doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. Go look up some information on this. Go read into it. There's plenty of books and video documentaries just available on YouTube you can see that tell you about this. But no, we're not going to solve this problem. What you are doing is feeding an industry that relies on you thinking that you doing something good, is the change. And they're going to continue peddling you this crap. Reusable water bottles are still plastic. The metal straws made are not necessarily better. In fact, those have been shown to be maybe a danger in some cases. So no, we need to be getting change made in the way business is done. The way plastics are produced, the use of oils, fossil fuels, all of this has got to change, because it's not going to go away, and it's not your fault. Yes, you can do things in states where you can recycle, and I support that, but keep in mind, you're not even making a dent. You're doing it because you want to, and it feels good. And if you can make some money off of it, all the better. You should be able to do that. I think there should be mass efforts to pay people to clean up the planet. But we're getting to a point where it's going to be closer to the future that Wall-E was than what we have now. And that is really, really sad.